G'day, David Seymour back with another session of Nitty Gritty, and today I'm talking about judgment, prejudgment and making assumptions. Now the biggest fault of a lot of salespeople in a lot of industries and a lot of business people, not just salespeople but a lot of business people, is that we make a judgment based on half-assed information, not knowing the full story. And I've been guilty of it, and I know that a lot of you will be guilty of it. You might not want to admit to it, but you've prejudged. And a lot of this judgment comes from the way the person is dressed, or the car that they're driving, or the address that they live at maybe. Just the overall appearance. It's so wrong. So wrong. Stop doing it until you have all the information. Until you have actually clarified the situation. If you don't understand something, or you're not sure about something, then ask. That's all you have to do is ask. If you want to be understood better, all you need to do is explain. It's that simple. Stop making judgments on people when you do not know the full story. You might be selling a very nice property and somebody turns up in a less than average car, not dressed to the nines, so to speak, that would suit someone who may normally be looking at such a property. But does that mean that they can't afford it? No, you don't know. Maybe these guys have just sold their business, which may have been a car wrecking business, or maybe they sold a big chunk of farmland somewhere for several $1 million. Or maybe they were just general contractors and they don't dress up because it's not in their nature to put nice clothes on. They're comfortable in their ratty old clothes. So be it. Who gives a fuck? If you don't know their situation, don't judge them. Do not be that person who misses a deal or misses an order or misses a sale because you didn't take the time to have a conversation with people. You need to enter into constructive, positive conversations with people and find out what their situation is. Now, I've been told before now, when I turned up at a car yard once with a friend of mine, we weren't dressed up. We were driving my old Isuzu truck, which wasn't that flash to be fair, but it was okay. And we parked outside a new showroom of cars, and we were looking at one particular vehicle, and the salesperson walked over to us and asked us not to touch the car. Wow. A week later, I go back to the same dealership in my near new car with my wife, and we're dressed up, and the salesman's all over me like a rash. So I ask him, why is it that now you want to have conversations with me, yet last week when I turned up here, not dressed like this, and certainly not driving that car that I've got now, that you asked me not to touch your car? He was highly embarrassed. And I didn't actually buy the car because I wasn't going to do business with such a prick like that. But the thing being is that he made an assumption based on the fact that the way I looked and what I was driving. Don't do that. Doesn't matter if you're selling houses, selling cars, selling widgets, as I say. It doesn't matter what service industry you're in. But make sure you understand the full situation before you make judgment or assumptions. Because I tell you what, if you enter into good, constructive conversations that draw out the information that you need, well then you can make that judgment, and hopefully it's the right judgment. But don't make it until you've actually got all the information. So that's my nitty gritty for today. If you've got any comments, please go ahead and post them below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And that example I gave you is just one of many that I could give you. And I'm sure you've all got your own stories, so think about it. Don't make judgment or assumptions without the full story. Enter into conversations. I'm David Seymour, and that was today's nitty gritty of selling.